And the plan looks like this.
One question. So in
Yes.
my mind, I see, Snickers, insulin chasing it, almost like, like chasing like a cop to bring it down. And so the insulin says, send it to fat to get it out of the blood system, right?
That's right.
Like it's this chemical chase.
Yeah,
It's that sugar crash.
It takes
too.
the
But
sugar.
it's doing it to get the danger out of the blood system, and it's packing it in. But the insulin itself is causing damage.
Yes, the insulin itself causes
Great metaphor.
inflammation, and what it does is it stays in the system. See how it's elevated here? And every time you get that low blood sugar, your cravings are so uncontrollable that you actually make a poor choice. You eat something convenient and unhealthy, and it spikes again, and it keeps your blood sugar elevated all day, and your insulin elevated all day.
Right.
And day after day, week after week, month after month, of high levels of insulin, you become insulin what? Resistant.
Oh, okay.
And that's the very first steps leading into diabetes. And it's very common that that's the pathway to diabetes. This is the plan for gaining weight and creating diabetes and metabolic syndrome. So our plan to get into the fat burning is these small frequent meals that are low glycemic. They have a protein balance so that it's not just all sugar. It's not just a bagel or something that's all sugar. It's protein and carbohydrates and very low fat, but it's just that perfect nutrition that your body needs. Vitamins, fibers, minerals, all that stuff in a fuel package that's only 100 or so calories.
Yeah.
And it keeps you into that pattern. You burn that fuel and then you refuel. You burn that fuel and you refuel. You burn that fuel and you refuel. But you never go too high.
Which is what we're
You
designed
never
to
go
do.
too low. And by doing that, what about kids? How often do kids eat every 3 hours? When do they sleep? They get on their routine and their body starts to get into this rhythm. So the fat burning state is created by keeping your calories low, keeping your fueling system every 3 hours, staying off of things that aren't on our program. So when you have vegetables, you're going to have the non-starchy vegetables, right? You're not going to have the alcohol or those things. And then the fat burning state takes 3 days to get into, typically, to get those bloods, the sugars that are out of your system, used up. And then once you get rid of those sugars that are in your system after 3 days, then you switch into the fat burning mode, which now, instead of being in storage, it becomes their primary fuel source. So fat now becomes your #1 fuel source, and it's got 9 calories per gram, and you feel this boost of energy, and you feel this endorphins, and you feel good, and you start melting.
And that's why
here's one more
don't
thing.
need more fuel.
One more thing that's very important is that in the fat burning state on our program, science has proven that you do not risk losing muscle. 50% of most low-calorie diets, people lose half of the fat and half muscle. On our program, there's no significant muscle loss. So not only burning fat preferentially, predictably, at your #1 fuel source, it also simultaneously protecting the muscle you currently have by making sure you have the adequate protein levels and you're not starvation mode and you're not cannibalizing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's a healthy weight loss.
That was a
Not
good
all
thing to
weight
put
loss
in.
is healthy, but this formula is a very healthy, proven, successful weight loss.